Hey, good morning. Bone Spur here, the Appalachian. Sunday morning. Today happens to be Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, belated, including mine. And I hope it was a good Father's Day for you. And I hope it's going to be a good Father's Day for me also. Just left the RPH shelter. Had a good time meeting guys who were actually volunteers that helped maintain the shelter and the trail around here. And thank God for them. And PB and Jazz and her mom and dad were there, so I've kind of been in her little orbit here for the whole time I've been out here. A couple other folks, Midnight and a fella, I can't remember his name. Anyhow, beautiful shelter. I stayed in it. It was hot last night, hot. So the first few hours were quite hot, and it rained and it cooled down some, so it was nice. It's always nice to wake up inside. It's helpful. So I don't have a lot of energy this morning. This is my 6th straight day of hiking, which is a little much for Bone Spur. But I'm just doing 9 miles today, 10 tomorrow, then 2 nights in Pauling, including a 0. So looking forward to that. So see you up the trail. All right, about 2/3 of the way up the first climb this morning, about a mile in, and got my social media going this morning. Yesterday, Adam Schindler, my friend, made new graphics for me, and I'm happy with those, and so I've been posting those. If you remember my old graphics, I had the world revolving around me, but this trail is so humbling that the world no longer revolves around me. I'm revolving around the sun, and that could be S-U-N or S-O-N. And I'm also standing in the sunlight of the Spirit. I'm grateful for that. And you are too. Looky here, a view. I believe it's the Hudson Valley. Nice view, first view in a couple days. And very happy to have it. So, yeah. A little hazy way out there, but yeah, it's nice. All right, 3 miles in, starting a big descent here. About a 500-foot crash down the mountain. And in order to not have a crash, I will only video while stationary. And I will only have the phone in my hand while stationary. Because what I've discovered is this. I don't fall every time I have my phone in my hand. However, every time I've fallen, I've had my phone in my hand. 12-step people will understand what I'm saying there.
Hi.
Here we go. All right, here's PB and Jazz and Aki. Yeah, and I've known PB and Jazz since the Darlington shelter, I believe. She was with Katie and Puddin back then. And so now I've caught her in New York State. And this is your dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's it been hiking with him?
It's awesome. Father's Day.
It's my happy Father's Day celebration.
Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. You're enjoying hiking with your daughter.
Absolutely.
Good, and your wife's ahead.
Yes.
All right, we're following her.
She's taking the lead right now.
You know what my favorite word in hiking is? Slack pack.
Yes.
And that's what you guys are doing
That's what
today.
That's
Yeah.
today what she's doing.
Beautiful.
We're just joining her for today. So
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Have you ever backpacked before?
not really, but we did 2 days and 1 night with her in Pennsylvania. So
Okay.
That was my first time in the wild. So
All right.
yes.
Good. They're experienced through hiking backpackers now.
Yes. I would like to do what you're doing. So hopefully one day I'll quit my job and do what you're doing. So,
You can do it. If I can do it, trust me, anybody can. Anybody can.
absolutely.
All right,
You're an
guys.
Inspiration. Yes.
Happy Father's Day
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you. Happy
Thank
Father's
you.
Day to you also.
All right. Our through hiking term of the day is PUD, pointless up and down. That's what I just experienced. I came down very steep 500 feet to a stream that was that had cow pasture just upstream from it. And so I was warned by gut hooks to be careful. So it's not even like I could use the water. And then that was followed by another 500 foot up, which is now led to another 400 foot down. So the Bone Spur, the Appalachian through hiker term of the day is PUD, pointless up and down. Truth be told, though, it wasn't a completely pointless up. I spent most of it with PB and Jazz's mom, and who's from Mumbai, lives in New York now, and we agreed that she wants me to pray for Jazz. That's Jazz is happy. I said I would pray that Jazz remain happy, joyous, and free. And Mom's going to pray for my ministry and the chaplaincy, and that I continue to help people focused in the right direction. So it wasn't such a pointless up and down after all. Praise God. The AT famous mountaintop market, deli, pizzeria, place to get Gatorade, hopefully place to sit down. Yeah. Goodness. Good. All right, here we have the vintage hikers, and number one is, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Laurel.
Laurel, and number two is
Rich.
Rich, Laurel and Rich, and I've been seeing them since where was it? Pine Grove.
Right?
I've been seeing this since the Comfort Inn there, and they're topo people too.
Yes, we are.
And Rich was sure to point out how mine were destroyed when we were at Delaware Water Gap, and he was correct.
It blew my mind. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
They didn't I was just so worried because I just got mine and I thought they're just,
They're gonna fall apart.
That's Pennsylvania, yeah. So they are the vintage hikers, and they have a YouTube channel. Like and subscribe; they would appreciate that.
Gosh, thanks.
Yeah. Now, Laurel, what has surprised you about the Appalachian Trail?
Well, this time the rocks in Pennsylvania were worse than I even anticipated. I was never so glad to leave a state in my life. But we're just having a blast. We're seeing so many things, and you can watch them on other people's YouTube videos, but until you actually experience it, get out there and hike.
There you go. How about you, Rich? What has surprised you about being on the Appalachian Trail?
well, everybody says it's the people on trail that make it special, and it's more than that. They make it really, really special. The people are the best part of it. The hiking's hard. Don't let anybody kid you. These guys that do these YouTube channels, they kind of gloss over how hard it is. It's really hard, but it's so worth it because of the people you meet. People are just wonderful.
Good. And here's a couple wonderful people, the vintage hikers.
Gosh, thanks.
Remember to like and subscribe. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Nice view to the west, I think. And you see clear over the other side of the Hudson Valley and maybe to the Catskills, Poconos maybe. This is a huge tree.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Staples of the through hiker dinner. You got Bilbo here. What do you got going tonight?
Tuna, protein, potatoes. Gonna do sandwich. Try to get as much protein and fat in me as possible. Lots of peanut butter. Got a little Nutella to go with the peanut butter.
How many packages of tuna have you gone through, do you think, since Georgia?
Total? I tried to do one for lunch and one for dinner. So if I've been out for 2.5 months, that's 60, 80 days, 160.
All righty. And how many pounds of potatoes do you think you've eaten?
Oh, this has been more recent. I didn't do anything that needed hydration for a while. But one of these, this will make 4 cups. For like 4.5 cups, 4 servings of potatoes. So I'd say a lot.
When you weren't doing anything that needed hydration, were you still drinking water?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I just didn't want to have to deal with cooking or anything. I didn't do a stove. That was one area I cut weight in. I didn't do camp shoes for a while. Yeah, I was trying to be, I wasn't trying to be ultralight, but I was trying to be lighter weight. And now I've done some things, like I have camp shoes. I still don't have a stove, but I've done some things that add a little bit of weight, but a lot more comfort.
I get it. All right, just one more question.
Yeah,
How do you pronounce the name of this trail?
it's the Appalachian Trail.
The Appalachian or
Yeah.
Chin?
It's the Shin,
The
Appalachian Trail.
Appalachian
Yeah.
Trail. And where are you from?
South of Nashville,
South of
Tennessee.
Nashville. Now that's remarkable. My sponsors with the Holston Conference of the United Methodist Church, they're going to probably come by and pay you a visit. Because
yeah?
They say Appalachian.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
I've heard, and
that's-
it's been people who say Appalachian. I'll be talking about the Appalachian Trail, like, oh, you're in wherever now. You're in Virginia now. You need to start calling it the Appalachian Trail. And I say, I'm hiking it. I'm going to call it what I want.
All right. Well, it's still a mystery to me who says what and why. So, but I've got months to unravel this mystery. I
Yeah.
appreciate your input here, my friend.
Thank-
All right. Due to the mosquitoes, made the executive decision to be like the vintage hikers and set up my tent so I wouldn't have the mosquitoes flying into my nose while I was in the shelter.
Yeah, you be very careful. If you leave that open a quarter of an inch, you'll be screen shamed by Laurel.
Aha.
Never leave your screen open.
All right. I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't dream of it. Yeah, they're out, man. They're buzzing my head. All right, kids, that'll do it. Nice Father's Day. Hot day. Whoa, it's hot. I'm in the tent now because the mosquitoes are swarming. So this is the first time in this phase of the trip second time that I've stayed in the tent. So I'm just staying here to keep away from the mosquitoes. They were flying in the shelter quite a bit. So I decided to set up here and met the vintage hikers today, which was nice. Hiked some with PB and Jazz's family, which was nice. Had some good views. Did some FaceTiming with my dad, Wrench Uncle Dick. Got to FaceTime with him, which was nice. Talked to my friend Larry on the phone. So it's nice to keep in contact with the outside world as I'm doing my thing here, being the Chappalachian on the Appalachian Trail. So we're going to sleep it off tonight, try to be as comfortable as I can be in the heat here. And tomorrow's just 8 miles into Pauling for 2 nights in Pauling. Going to take a 0 on Tuesday. Tomorrow will be my 7th straight day of hiking, which is a lot for Bone Spur. So we'll see you then. We'll give you a report tomorrow. So in the meantime, may your eyes be filled with wonders. May your heart be full of joy. May your footsteps be firm as you walk with God. Amen.